I'm actually in London. I had an evening at BAFTA Piccadilly last night where I performed songs that feature on my album. So it was an important night for me to showcase the kind of music that's going to be on that album, Singing My Dreams.
Oh, brilliant. So how does it feel to be releasing your debut album?
It's incredible. I mean, I've only ever had one dream since I was a little girl, and that's always been to sing.
Okay.
So to have got to this stage now, and like I was saying, the album's quite unique in the sense that all of the songs have been performed on a live platform before I've gone into the studio. So there's already a sort of deeper emotion because I can relate each song to a memory of where I first performed it live and what it felt like.
Wow.
So it's incredibly precious to me, this album. And my heart and soul's in there, there's lyrics on there that I've written myself, so I've been part of the whole creativity of that as well, it's an extraordinary privilege.
Right, so where does the name of the album come from?
The name of the album, Singing My Dreams, I chose that as a title because it's the product of what I've been doing my whole life. Like I say, I've only ever had one dream since I was a little girl, and it's interesting that the music that features on there's lots of original tracks, but then there's a few pieces such as Music of Heaven, it's actually the opening song on there, and I first heard that when I was 16 years old, and I went to see Jason Robert Brown, who is one of my idols, perform at the Players Theatre in London.
Yeah.
And there must have only been sort of 80 to 100 people in the audience, and it was an acoustic performance, just him with a piano, but it was that song that just left such an impression, and I always knew I wanted to perform it one day and put my own stamp on it because it echoed so much to me as a musician wanting to express your message to the world through music.
Sure. Do you actually remember the first song that you ever sang yourself then?
The first song that I performed live, you mean, or to an audience?
Yeah.
Wow. I suppose it would have been at school.
Yeah.
And it's quite funny because it was a Christmas play, and I was supposed to be a star who was doing the nativity.
Oh.
And I'd only been 6 years old, but I insisted on singing up on the roof. My teacher, bless her, she encouraged me. She didn't stop that little spark of creativity and wanted to be on stage. So they indulged what I wanted, and I performed up on the roof.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That was my first little taster, I suppose.
Okay. Was this where you grew up then? Was this in Mansfield?
Yeah, that was in Mansfield. And then from there, I owe a big thank you to the Mansfield Talent Competition with Paul Bacon. I know lots of youngsters have had their first taste of performing, and that gave me, it was a real experience that made me know, yes, this is definitely what I want to do for my career.
Oh. So did you study in Nottingham, or did you move away to study music, or?
I went to school first at Carly Paoli in Mansfield, and then I went to Wimble Ridge, which I'm not sure whether it's there even anymore. And it was when I was 13, I won a scholarship to study at the Rodney School, which was based in Kirklington at the time. And again, it's a shame it's no longer there. It's now called Wings, I think. But it was a performing arts school, and that's obviously why I was able to sort of go there. So it was a privilege to spend time, doing my academic subjects, but then also taking time to work on the dancing and the acting. And from there, at 16 years old, I won a scholarship to Twin Park, which is in Hertfordshire, and that holds an alumni of James Seymour, Joan Collins, Tandy Newton, and very recently Lily James, who was actually in my class, and she just played Cinderella.
Yeah, big name.
And I was on the musical theatre course at that time.
Okay.
So that was the first time that I sort of went away from Nottingham.
Yeah. Do you get to come home much?
I still came home every weekend.
Do you still get to come home?
Yeah, I do. I come home actually tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm driving back up to Mansfield because I'm singing live on Knots TV on Friday evening. And that's going to be sort of my first television performance of my track Mystery of Your Gift, which is my first release from the album.
Okay. So have you found that people have started to recognise you when you come home?
Not so much at home. I have when I go to Italy, funny enough.
Yeah. Okay.
I've had quite a few television spots on Rai Uno, which is, it's like Italy's BBC.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know whether you're aware, but I have Italian family as well. I spent some time in Puglia in the south of Italy.
Right.
And that's where the name Paoli comes from.
Right.
So all my summers were spent there, and that's been incredible because I've had, you know, as a student studying music, I had an unlimited amount of performance experience in the south of Italy during those summers, just singing and working in piazzas.
Okay.
And
so the home of opera, really. But where have you actually performed in Italy then?
The album.
Where have you performed in Italy recently?
I came back 2 weeks ago. I did a performance in Assisi, which was, they hold it annually for San Francesco, and obviously that was a celebration of kind of Italy's finest musicians. They came together and held this special concert to raise awareness for missionaries. So I know that it's nice to be using music to do something good.
Yeah,
to give out a nice message. Last year, my song, it's a modern version of the Ave Maria, became adopted as the official song for Pope Francis's Jubilee.
Okay.
And I think the reason in that is because it is a unique version of the Ave Maria prayer. You know, the verses are in English, so it becomes a much more universal message. And that led to a one-off concert to be held in the incredible setting of the Roman Forum, which they've never ever used as a performance venue. So it was essentially like performing in an open-air museum. The atmosphere was incredible that night.
I bet, amazing.
So yeah, Italy, I've got strong ties to Italy as much as I had Nottingham, I have to say.
Excellent. Now forgive me if I say this wrong, the Premio Barocco Award, is it, that you won?
Yes.
What was it like to win that?
So special because it comes from my region in the south of Italy, Puglia. Premio Barocco, they call it Barocco because Lecce, which is the city where the award ceremony was first held, is an incredibly Baroque city. They call it the Florence of the South. Okay. So it's got the most spectacular architecture, and you know the region are extremely proud of that. And it's a prestigious award that in the past Luciano Pavarotti has won, Andrea Bocelli, very recently Dame Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
So the fact that they've actually recognised what I'm doing for Italian music and also the love of their culture as much as what I've got going on here in the UK, it's incredibly satisfying.
Okay. So your album, Singing My Dreams, is out. Okay, and you mentioned that you'd written some lyrics for it. Is that something that you intend to sort of continue to do, writing your own sort of lyrics?
I love writing lyrics, and I always believe in God's tapestry. I think everything happens for a reason.
Sure.
I originally first tried writing lyrics when I lost my grandmother,
Okay.
Carly, and she was a huge inspiration in my life. She was somebody that always backed me, helped me get my costumes. She was there every step of the way. So it left sort of a big hole when the whole family lost her. And I wrote a song on a journey back from Italy, funny enough. And the melody that I had in my mind was James Horner's theme,
Okay.
Legends of the Fall.
Yeah.
And this song just, it was a song that I got in my imagination to begin with, but I wrote all the lyrics, the melody, and I began working with my producer, Romano Mustamara, he's Italian, and we brought to life the song that I imagined, and it's now called Memory of You, and it features as the last song on the album, but it's special to us, from the James Horner estate and his family. James Horner tragically died 2 years ago in a plane accident.
Oh, okay.
So it's an unbelievable honour that actually they allowed me to do something like that with the music, because they liked the lyrics and appreciated the work that I've done with them.
Yeah, well, that's a real honour, yeah.